Oh, crap. Shit, don't tell me. Don't. Okay. All right. Okay, we're good. Are we good? Is everything good? All right. I don't think we're good. We are not good. Okay. I know the strats. I know the fixed strats. Okay. I think now we're good. Miriam, hello, El Chavo. Guys, I just adjusted the audio. Could you let me know if the syncage is good now? Yeah, okay. No, I got to see some friends. Legend, welcome. I got to see some friends, so that was nice. Funny story though. We were supposed to have a pool party, for the neighborhood that my friend lives in. They have a community pool, and him and his wife, they can rent out a room, and so we just get together, have some dinner, and the plan is that we use their pool and, swim, just hang out for a bit. But last year, it was unfortunately, the swimming was taken out because there was a thunderstorm that happened while we were there. And then this year, we also got rained out. But yeah, so second year in a row that's happened. Anyway, welcome Legend, Victor, John, Extended, and Animation. What's up, guys? I hope y'all are doing good. It's good to see you guys. Welcome back to the weekly reaction to UnOrdinary, brought to you by Buruchan. This week, you guys, we have an episode I'm actually really excited for. So brief rundown of last week if you haven't seen my review and discussion. So Cassandra is, throwing some major shade at Headmaster Vaughn. She is kind of like, yo, when I'm finished with this investigation here, Wilson's gonna have a proper headmaster at its running it. She was throwing major shade. I did not think she was going to. I did not think she had the guts to do that, but she does apparently. So that happened. Sarah and John were monitoring the school a little bit. John mentioned that people are still kind of afraid of him, so he is kind of a bit grateful for that. Then they went to the safe house, and John also saw that no one at the safe house, at least, was afraid of him anymore, which he was really appreciative of. Sarah, meanwhile, was taking phone calls, and we found out she was trying to get into contact with Caden, the teleporter that Leilah is friends, associates with. But Sarah tracked Caden to Wellston University, where we also saw that he was friends, or at least fellow classmates with Kuyo, of all people. They were studying for organic chemistry exams, it seems. So Sarah got into contact with Caden. She found him there. She saw Kuyo briefly, and Kuyo recognized her as a Wellston student because of the uniform. And then she told Caden that she wanted him to take her to Leilah, even though, she's kind of fucked up a lot with Spectre, and they don't want the two of them in contact right now. But Sarah was persistent, and Kuyo teleported with her, and we went to Leilah's office directly, where she was talking with none other than Doc. Another return I was not expecting at all. And so that's where we are. That's where we are, and I am freaking excited to see where we go from here, guys. I'm honestly not sure where things are going to go here. So let's go ahead. We do not believe in no thumbnails. No thumbnails. So, here we go, guys. Who is ready for this? So, tail end of last episode. Thank you for all your hard work. You're doing great. Leilah. And then she notices Caden coming through. Caden, I thought I told you to teleport outside my door and knock. Appear. Sorry, but I couldn't risk anyone spotting her on my way in. And she's just like, Doc? And Doc is just like, ugh. UnOrdinary episode 267. Seraphina, what the hell are you doing here? And Leilah's just in the background just like, And Sarah's just, I could be asking the same about you, Doc. And Caden's just like, you guys know each other? And Doc's just like, Leilah, please explain this. Well, long story short, Seraphina's my sister. What? Okay, so like, we know that last names exist in this universe. Why hasn't Doc connected the dots? I feel like he should have at this point. What? Why didn't you tell me that when I was asking about her on our date? Now everything makes more sense. We had just started seeing each other. I didn't want to mention anything unnecessary. And Sarah's just like, hang on, date? Doc's like, ugh. How'd you two even... Actually, never mind. I don't even want to know. I love when the characters are just teenagers. Because I'm going to be real. Well, no. This is a reaction I would have had when I was like a teenager, like talking about my siblings. But like, I love when like Uru just shows that they're still teenagers, and this is just funny to me. Like, they're just like, nope, don't want to know, don't tell me. So, Leilah's just like, Sarah, what are you doing here? And Sarah's just, I want to talk about what happened in Rowden. And Leilah's just ... And I'm hoping that Leilah is not on board at all with anything that happened in Rowden. So. Wait, what? Sorry, and she looks up at Doc. Sorry, Darren. I'll explain everything later. Could you two step out for a moment? Oh, even Caden is stepping out. Huh. So Doc's not a part of Spectre. But Zetasai isn't completely encompassed in Spectre, it seems. So, here we go. So, they're just waiting outside the lab, and Doc's just like, I am so confused. And Caden's just like, hi, I don't believe we've met before. I'm Caden, Leilah's assistant. Okay, I got it right. And Doc's just like, no, he's Doc. Doc, I just started as a chemist. Oh, a chemist, it's my lucky day. And he starts rustling in his backpack. Hey, since we've got some time right now, maybe you could help me out. You see, I have an exam next week. All right, that was a pretty cool moment. That was a pretty good moment. So, back in Leilah's lab. Sarah, it's dangerous for you to be here. The execs don't want you near any of their facilities. I'm not going to follow their rules if I get punished regardless. Sarah, about Rowden, I'm sorry. Sarah slams her hand on the table. Sorry isn't enough. We made a deal. I work for your organization, and you keep those people away from my friends. So what happened? I got their damn research data. Why did they target my classmates? And Leilah's just ... And Leilah's not happy either. Why did John get injected? I looked into it, and it seems they had been planning this for some time. Because you were all away from Wellston. Oren, I think that's the brown hair guy, wanted to take this opportunity to get everyone. Arlo, Remy, Ison, Blake, and John. They were all targets. Where was this information earlier? I could have been there to help them. Okay, I thought she was about to ask how they got that. She did not ask that, though, so good job. Good job. But it's still just so confusing. Like, why they wanted to recruit all of them when, like, two of them were yeses and 2 were maybes. Again, I don't know. I'm just as furious as you are. Not only did they blindside me again, but they used one of my team's new developments without my authorization. Leilah, you sure get blindsided a lot. I can't tell if you're actually furious or if you're also in on this. And Leilah's just ... Sarah, of course I'm on your side. You're my sister and we finally reunited after so long. You know I'd do anything for you. Would you though, Leilah? Would you? In Leilah's defense, she was very scared when Sarah lost her ability. She was furious about that. And Sarah's just ... Would you... Oh, yes, she's asking, would you work behind Spectre's back? And Leilah's just... Please, don't make me choose. Choose? Spectre has been making every decision for you. How much longer are you going to let them do this to you? And she just... Public ambushes, risking exposure, it's all against protocol. Why is Oren allowed to break the rules and still be okay? Why is he allowed to access every piece of technology without any repercussion? Yet you get into trouble because of something I did? And Leigh just... I don't know what kind of influence you think you have within Spectre, but from what I've seen, you have none. And Leigh just ... All your commands have been ignored. Your research taken. Stop letting them step all over you. This is interesting. I have some thoughts about this. Sarah, you really think I haven't tried? When I finally catch a break, I get rewarded with a trip. Then I come back. I find out they've attacked my sister. I'm crushed. I'm trapped, just like Sarah was before. I don't know what to do anymore. Take her out for boba, Sarah. Leilah just clenches her fist. Well, I'm not ready to give up. You brought me on board because you needed my help. But I need you to work with me. Leilah's just... Fine then. What do you have planned? And I think Sarah's nodding, but there's no thing. I want an audience with the execs. And I want access to the ability recovery device one last time. And they just, That's not going to be easy. She had to take multiple treatments, though. I'm 90% positive that she's going to use it for John. Okay, so maybe John gets his ability back. Grandpa Doe, Uncle Doe, becomes headmaster. He notices that both John and Sarah's aura channels have been messed with, and he's just like, psh. That's what I'm assuming. We're back with Doc and Darren, or we're back with Doc and Caden. And you're just like, oh, so that's how it works. And Doc's just like going over, like, I never heard it explained like that before. This makes so much more sense. It's a shortcut I came up with when I was younger. Damn, Doc. You really know your stuff. Have you considered teaching out of school? No. Phew, all finished. And they're just both they both just turned to Leilah. Caden, can you take Sarah home? Doc, come in here for a second. And Doc's just ... Nighttime. And Doc gets home. Doc took off his lab coat. It's weird seeing Doc without a lab coat on. Holy crap. So he clicks it open, just ... Oh, he's got a nice picture with Leilah, and she's like got her arm around him, giving a peace sign, and he just has some ice cream on he's holding on to some ice cream. I think his ice cream's melting, actually. So, hangs up his lab coat on a chair. Walks over to his fridge. Ale, premium quality. So he starts drinking just pale ale, premium quality. What the hell is going on? You've got some explaining to do. Darren, I haven't told you everything about this job. You wouldn't find this under official documentation, but the primary party we distribute to is called Spectre. Okay, ZSI is not completely Spectre, but Spectre is a customer, I think more likely a branch off of ZSI, though. Okay, why are you bringing this up now? Is everything all right? She's looking at it. Just ... Spectre was once a progressive organization that was very dear to me. But now it's become a radical group and its sole purpose is amassing power. Doc just... On the surface, Spectre hasn't accomplished anything too outstanding. But you're probably familiar with its most recent project, involving the ability loss of Sarah and another student of yours, John. What? Ability loss? You mean you did that? And he's just sitting at his table. What the hell? Darren, I'm sorry, Darren. I'm so sorry. It was never supposed to turn out like this. Like, did I ever mean anything to you? Or was I just part of your recruitment plan? I put my job on the line for you, and now I'm working for some shady cult. She's ... How am I even supposed to trust you again when you lied to me about everything? I do hate lines like this. I do hate lines like that. But at the same time, I can see where Doc's coming from, actually. So, Doc's just drinking his... I'm just going to say it's beer. So he's just like, what do I do? Love in prison. Fuck, he's not gone. Why is he barely... Oh, fuck. So, Fucknut is cuffed, being transported somewhere with a guard. Just... So, enters a cell, like, here we are. Keon. Just ... Good evening. Let's continue our session from yesterday. Yeah, of course, that's where the episode ends. So, Keon's back. And Fucknut's back. Okay. That is pretty interesting, actually. It's pretty interesting to see Keon back. I thought he might be the one to investigate Terrence, but I wasn't betting anything, so I haven't really called it. So I'm not going to say that I called that. I thought it might happen, but, I never said anything. Anyway. It was nice to focus on Doc for that last bit. Doc's reaction was also really interesting. I could see where he's coming from, but like I said, Oh, fuck. I just realized next week's going to be focusing on these two. Two of the worst characters in the series. Well, that's kind of a bummer, actually. Fucknut is the little invisibility bitch who, doesn't give a shit about his friends' lives and lets people, put knives to their throats. That's who Fucknut is. Anyway. So, I am curious to see. I want to know. Sarah's whole thing was she wanted to go behind Spectre's back. So, maybe her plan is get John's ability activated, request an audience with Spectre's executives in person, I'm gonna assume, and then ambush them with everyone, maybe. Nah. Fuck Terrence. Just like Cuntface, he can die for all I care. I don't care how sad Terrence's backstory is going to be. I don't care one bit. Make it as sad as you want, Uru. Nah, he can fucking die. Because... Okay, here's the thing. If his story is like John... If his story is like John's... We've already seen that story with John. Aside from, you know, John clearly became a lot stronger than Terrence. And also we saw it from the other side where Blake didn't end up like John. Briefly. So, I don't know. Terrence, I hope you die. I hope Keon slams your abilityless ass in that steel table, and I hope your nose breaks beyond recovery. That's what I hope for you, Terrence. So mom and dad are dead. You know what? That's sad, Terrence, but you're still... Terrence, you are still, assumably, you're still an adult who threatened young teenage lives. You're still an adult who threatened the lives of minors. So even if your parents were killed, I'm sorry, but you are an adult who, you know, has been posing as a teenager, and the people who thought they were your friends, you let them get into that position. All because you felt that high tiers need to be put on a leash, which you did not feel that. You did not always feel that. So, yeah. Maybe there's going to be something like, you know, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Miriam. Like I said, I'm glad that, you know, Doc's reaction to John, I'm glad, like, that's what set him off, like, what? I'm glad, like, Uru showed that's what, like, made Doc go, like, what? Because, like I've been saying, despite how much he was annoyed with John, despite how much he did not like John going overboard and felt that, like, someone needed to step in with John, Doc cared so much about John. John was in Doc's care every day for almost a year, maybe 2 years now that I think about it. Maybe anonymous, maybe. But yeah, you know. All right, you know what? Easy question of the day, guys. What do you think Fucknut's bad, sad backstory is? What do you think went so wrong in his life that he decided that, you know, threatening the lives of minors was okay? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. This chapter, yeah, this chapter. But you know what? I think, and actually, what did Doc say exactly? Hold up. What did you say exactly, Doc? You said something. Yeah, here's what he said. Oh, absolutely, Miriam. Like, Doc saw John. Doc knew about John to begin with. Oh, I don't know if Doc knew. I don't know if the staff knew the entire backstory of John. I imagine that Headmaster Vaughn did. I imagine that he did. But, yeah, like, you know, and it's also because of John that Doc got a lot of practice with medicine. You know, like he like, you know, at one point John said like Doc, you're getting a lot better at this. Like, wow, that's amazing. And Doc, you know, like he was clearly annoyed, but he told John like, yeah, because of someone I have a lot of practice recently. So, yeah. And Doc said, I put my job on the line for you. Now, I highly doubt that, you know, he's talking about Spectre or this job with Zetasai, because, you know, like, this is his job right now. And, like, nothing's really happened for him to put his job on the line right now. It depends. It depends on how they died. Like, if Terrence's parents were murdered in front of him, and, you know, he was forced into, like, a life of slavery or something by some high tier, and, like, you know, someone from Spectre or one of the higher ups, I'm assuming this Orin motherfucker, saved him, like, you know, that would be worse. I feel like that'd also be some kind of overkill and a bit cliche. Like, we've seen that a dozen times. But if it's just like, oh, Terrence's parents were killed, you know, he, like, you know, got abused by, you know, high tiers a lot until he, like, yes, I would agree with Daniel. Clearly his father cared, Claire cared too. But yeah, I think what John went through is sadder than dead parents. For me personally. Yeah. And then with John, you also have the angle of, you know, getting the power, and then he became the problem and, you know, in the wrong. It wasn't until he started fighting back, and admittedly, yeah, going too far, that, you know, people started to care. But anyway, Doc said, I put my job on the line, which that shows he cared about his job at Wellston. And now that I think about it, though, was his job really on the line? I don't think Vaughn was. Well, we never really saw anything. We never really saw anything, because the last time we had seen it, yeah, that's a very high possibility, Anonymous. I don't want that at all, but lately Uru is doing a lot of things I don't like. But yeah. But yeah. We never really saw, like, what happened with Doc and his ability. I don't think his job was ever really threatened from what we saw, but, you know, behind closed doors, Uru could pull something out of a hat next week, in, like, a flashback or something, or the next time we see Doc. If we see Doc again, like, you know, thinking about this. But I do think ultimately, like, Doc is going to come around. Clearly, I don't think that Doc has any intention of helping anyone in Spectre besides Leilah. Now, right now, it's hard for him to trust him. I completely understand that. But yeah. So yeah. Question of the day. What do you guys think that Fucknut's sad backstory is? Kabuto, The thing about Kabuto is his twists actually makes sense and works. Terrence doesn't. The twists and everything that's come out with Terrence doesn't really work. With everything we've been shown from him in the past, because, like, everything we've seen in the past with Terrence just contradicts everything he had said, you know, at the time. You know, maybe that was more bullshit, like more lies or whatever. But, like, I don't know. I think comparing Terrence to Kabuto is an insult to Kabuto, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's the reaction, guys. That's the reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Not really looking forward to not really looking forward to next week, since, like I said, it's most likely gonna feature two of the worst characters in the series. But oh well. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Uru has been doing a lot of long chapters lately. This chapter also felt pretty long. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens next. So until next time, you guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I certainly have. This was a good read for this episode. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. Review and discussion, which I have a lot of notes that I want to take with this episode. That will be up soon. So yeah, until next time, everybody. Thanks, Daniel. Until next time, everybody. See you.